So, what's up with y'all? What's good? So, I see some people with some Renounce Dion shirt on, so I assume y'all are not in the program.
Correct.
All right, so the people in the program, everybody that's in the program, raise your hand. All right. So, first I'm gonna. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. All right. Let me turn the ringer down. All right. Well, school called me today to speak to everyone in the program. I got a few different things I'm going to speak about, but I wanted to be clear about who actually was in the program, because one thing I like to do, because I remember being young myself, and I was told that most of the people in here from some type of traumatic experiences. So, am I right? But when I say traumatic experiences, I mean like y'all got some type of trauma going on in life that led y'all to be in this program. Am I right or wrong?
Explain.
No, I mean,
hold on for a second. Explain what's going on, like our partnership and what's going
gave him a
on.
brief already. So
Yeah, she told me.
he has three things: either you've been in the system, or your family has been in the system, or you're coming for your GED.
Which is the first two things is traumatic experiences. So when y'all talking to me, don't nobody gotta be ashamed and none of that. I want y'all to keep it 100, because the reason why he called me here is to speak to y'all. And anytime I do speak to people, most of the time it's about trying to help our people achieve constructive results in life. So I'm here to try to help y'all, to give y'all whatever I can give y'all, information wise, knowledge wise, or whatever, to help y'all achieve constructive results in life. So y'all don't gotta be, you know what I'm saying? When I say trauma, y'all don't gotta feel like, oh, I don't wanna say I'm going through some trauma or something. Like, we all go through trauma in life. Like, I'm sitting here from going through a traumatic experience. So that ain't nothing y'all gotta be ashamed of. I want y'all to know that, like, right now. I'm here to speak to y'all because y'all probably been through traumatic experiences, but I'm here to try to help y'all, guide y'all through that to achieve the constructive result in life. So, you know, like y'all seem like y'all ain't want to say y'all been through some trauma. Like y'all ain't gotta feel like no type of way because y'all went through some trauma. It's like we all go through trauma, you know, especially when we born in these inner cities. And I assume everybody in here look like they was born in inner cities, so we all go through trauma. So that ain't nothing y'all gotta feel like no type of way about. So, with that out the way, I want to say. I'm gonna give y'all, well, the reason why I had asked who I was in the program, because I really want to communicate with y'all. I don't want to sit up here and just talk to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I am going to speak to y'all, but I like to speak with y'all. Because I remember being young and going through traumatic situations in life, and people coming to speak to me. And one thing that stand out to me is when people would come speak to me, it wouldn't be as effective and influencing me to whatever they was trying to influence me to, because they was like, they always spoke to you and they never spoke with you. I like to speak with people because one thing, everybody in life situation different. So like every last one of y'all in this program got different situation in your life, right? So I could come up here and say, well, because I'm gonna speak to y'all about the streets a little, and I'm gonna speak to y'all about economics, because I see y'all it's a job program and y'all seeking employment. And like I say, that employment, some type of employment, I'm going to speak about self-employment, will help you lead to doing constructive things in life. But the one thing that I know about from being a young person and trying to find my way in life is like everybody's situation different. So like when people would come speak to me, they would speak to me about specifics and what they feel like people should do, or what I should do, or what if I was in a crowd, what we should do. And I always would think like, these people telling me what a person should do in life to better their life, but my situation might be different than their situation. Everybody's situation different in life. So you just ain't just no one fixer, you know what I'm saying, for everybody's situation. So I want everybody to interact with me as I speak and the things that I speak about. If y'all got questions, I want y'all to ask, and I want y'all to speak to me, because I may say something that touch each and every one of y'all in a different way. And y'all might have different outlooks or different questions and different everything about what I'm saying. So that's what I want y'all to know. Like, I want to know who in the program. I want y'all to know off the top that I want y'all to speak with me, because I want to speak at y'all. So first, Scooby spoke about, I'm going to tell y'all who I am and what I'm about and what I'm into, and then I'm gonna get into like a little. Well, I want you. After I say that, I'm gonna open it up for questions, and then I'm gonna go into the things that I want to go into. So my name is Mill. That's my street name. My real name is Jim Mill, and I come up in the inner cities like y'all. I'm from St. Clair, 140th of St. Clair. I'm pretty sure everybody knows what St. Clair is if y'all from Cleveland. And I got shot when I was 16 years old. I come up out the streets, selling drugs, pretty much doing everything that everybody from the streets do. He looked at somebody. Somebody must be bad in here. Somebody looked at.
I'm looking at you.
Yeah, I seen you look back. I seen you peek back. But yeah, I come up out the street like my childhood. One reason I like doing this is because in our communities, in the urban community, one thing that I think we lack is a lot of positive role models, and not just positive role models, people that's actually doing constructive things that actually show us the progress they have. And I think everybody want to be successful in life, right? Or am I right or wrong? How many people here want to be successful? Everybody, right? Now let me ask y'all this: what do y'all consider to be success? Anybody?
Financially, emotionally, where like I need to be and want to be in life. Like I want to have like a good career. I don't have to like want for nothing. Like yeah, I want to be cool, like good. I ain't gotta be in survival mode, or I ain't gotta be trying to make it. I'm good.
That's what's up. So, how old are you?
20.
20. What would be where you grew up at? Whenever you grew up at?
Down the way, Longwood.
Longwood. All right. What would be somebody in that community, or what? No, let me ask you this: what examples in that community in Longwood? Just keep it real with you. What examples do you have of everything that you just told me?
I mean, it really wasn't that many though. It's really not no
That's
good
cool.
examples. Like
It wasn't any
it wasn't
at all.
None, like
Not one.
no good examples. Reason women, it wasn't none.
None. So let me ask you another question. If you had some examples, no, let me take that back. So everything that you just said was success. Was there anybody in that community that was successful, but maybe whether it was positive or negative? Was there anybody?
It was a lot of negatives, but maybe the negatives only sticked out more than me. Like more to me. Like
Gotcha.
when I was younger, I only looked it up to the negative. I wasn't really thinking about I'm about to go try to be a doctor or a nurse or something. I'm looking at the ones who like sell a bag or trapping or doing other stuff. You're not really attracted to stuff.
So them people in that community that had some type of semblance of success, they were what were they doing? What was they participating in? What was the things that made them successful?
Illegal activities.
Illegal activities.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm glad you said that. I knew that would be the main answer. You know what I'm saying? I'll let y'all tell me that. Cause I came up in the same type of community, right? And most of us come up in these type of communities when you're born in an urban community, right? So that's gonna lead me to what I was saying. So one reason why I like to do this, and what I think we need a lot more of in our communities, is examples of success with some type of success, because success could be measured on different levels, right? But you said like most people example of success start with finances, right? Will start financially, right?
Yeah.
But in the communities that we come in, especially when we young, and when you young, you in a position where you can be most influenced. Because every young person is looking for some type of influence. Because you're young, you're trying to figure out your way in life. And one of the biggest problems is exactly what you just said. And I'm gonna take that and back to me talking about how I came up. When I came up, the majority of the people in the neighborhood that was successful, that I seen, that my perception of success was exactly the type of people that you just said. It was the people that were selling drugs, illegal activity, right? So being young, you 13, 14, 15 years old, and not only is them people who doing illegal activities, our example of success, those are the people that we consider to be cool too, right? Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong to everybody else? What we see the drug dealer, them the cool people, right? Them the people that we look at, and you know what I'm saying? Those are our role models. Now, to people who live in a community outside of that, to us, that's like normal, right? But what I learned about as I got older and more mature, in the civilized world, and I don't want to say that we uncivilized, but I'm just going like, in the civilized world, that's insane.
Yeah.
That's absolutely insane. If you go in a Jewish community, if you go in an Italian community, if you go in any community that's considered to be a affluent community, the fact that young people look up to people and see success as criminals, a criminal environment, is absolutely insane. Why is that insane? Because life tells us that at some point in time in life, as you go on in life, like the universe got certain laws and certain rules that this universe is governed by. And when you commit crimes and you in criminal activity, at some point in time, the way the society is set up, you're gonna run into some type of problems that deal with that criminal activity. And those two problems, we all know what them problems is. It's jail and death. Or somebody happened to you, like what y'all looking at right now, right? I got put in a wheelchair because I got shot. Now this gonna take me, y'all stick with this, take me back to how I came up and why I'm here and what I'm here to try to say to y'all. So I was 13, 14, 15 years old. I ain't been in a wheelchair my whole life. I was a young person, right? And when I was young, I actually was smart. I was into sports and stuff like that. I was real smart. But the community that I grew up in, the community the influences that I had, those influences was the same type of influences that you see in your life. So my perception of being successful in life was like, I had uncles that was drug dealers, and they had money, and they had girls, and they had nice cars. And then I had people in the neighborhood there's a lot of broke people in the neighborhood, right? But we don't look at the broke people. You know what I'm saying? It's majority of the people that sell drugs and participate in criminal activity are broke. The majority of them are, but we don't look at that though. We look at the people and that's human nature, right? It's just like watching sports. You look at the good players. You know, if you go and play sports, you think you're gonna be LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? You don't think you're gonna be whoever the last player on the bench is. Yeah. You don't look at him. So in life we do the same thing. In the communities that we grew up in, we do the same thing. We look at the guys in our neighborhood that's getting the money, that got the girls, that's, you know what I'm saying, that's perceived to be the cool person, and we want to mimic that, right? But we don't even realize and understand that that's insane to majority of the world. And this taking me back to what I was saying, we don't have enough positive role models in our community that's doing things. We got them. I ain't saying we don't, but we don't have enough, and we don't have enough that's standing in front of people like we doing today. This is why I like doing this, to show people, you could do this in life, and you could be successful. You could be financially successful, spiritually successful, socially successful. You could do it. And I'm going to show y'all some things before I leave here. I'm going to show y'all some things, and I'm going to show y'all how the things that I'm going to talk about is more successful than doing the drug thing and the criminal thing. I'm going to show y'all some stuff before I leave here. Trust me, I am. But I wanted to lay the foundation for where I'm going with this. You see what I'm saying? Because I didn't have the people in my life growing up. I learned some things in life that I do now and that I'm doing, and I'm going to keep doing it and going to be much more successful in life that I never knew it. And if I had somebody standing in front of me that could tell me this and show me this, my whole life probably would have been way different. You know what I'm saying? But I never had that. So that's why I like to do stuff like this. Because there's a lot of things. One thing about life, as you get older, it's so much in life that in our communities we don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's so much that we do not know, and we are not taught. We're not taught it at all. And it's like, it's really sad. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, that's above my pay grade why we ain't taught it. But I tell you that other people in other communities, they taught it. And they have a head start on us, and they're able to compete better than us because they are. But that's why I like to do this, because I can teach you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I ain't no complainer. I'm the type of person that you don't complain, you get out here and do what you feel like need to be done. So that laid a foundation for where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna ask if there's any questions, and then I'm gonna get back to my speak.
I don't really got a question, but I feel you when you say it's like not enough positive role models though. Like, I mean, I grew up in Euclid. Like, my family from the hood, but by the time I was born, we was already in the suburbs. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I went to like decent schools, I guess, little public schools, but I still hung around like majority black people. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm black. I mean, I deal with the black community, and I was always like real smart, like you say, but that was seen as like corny, low key. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? Or
Exactly.
lame. So
Yeah.
at a certain point, I just got tired of being like looked at as this little corny dude. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I started doing stuff out of character. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Smoking weed, skipping school, stuff like that. And I don't know. I feel like if there was more positive people around that people could look up to, I probably wouldn't be in the situation I'm in. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
it ain't none. And the ones that is, I mean, they lame.
Yeah, they considered to be lame.
Yeah,
Considered to be lame. Like, to us at an immature stage in mind, you considered them to be lame.
Yeah, and I was like, as a grown man, I wish I could like go back and just like, if I would have just been myself, I'd have been cool. You feel me?
Wow, that's a big statement.
That is, and that's why I like to do this, because I can see myself in you. Because that's exactly my situation in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was young and into sports and into being smart and everything. But when you get to like them teenage years, like you say, in the like, no disrespect to women, but the girls, they like the so-called cool guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they like the cool guy. And then I don't know. Now it might be a little different, but when I grew up, like, my mother couldn't afford, like, now, you know, like, everybody wear name brand shoes and name brand. My mother really couldn't afford that stuff. So, like, all my friends sold drugs when I was in high school, in junior high school. From junior high school, now think about this, in junior high school, you like, what, 12, 13 years old? My mother didn't let me run the streets like that at that age, right? But all my friends did, right? All their friends. When I look back on, I thought my mother was like a weird mother. You know what I'm saying? And this is another problem in our community, because she didn't let me run the streets. Like, I had to be in the house at 10 o'clock. But she was being a mother.
Yes.
But at 12, 13, 14, I'm thinking my mother weird, because all my friends ran the street. I'm talking about on school nights, they come to school like 12, 1 in the morning, like, yeah, last night we did this on the block and this happened, and you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about on school nights. We in junior high school. Junior high school, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, they hanging on the block. They come to school with the new Jordans on, all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I was in grade school, I was able to get girls, you know, but when I get to junior high school, it's hard for me to get girls because I don't got the shoes on that they got on. You know what I'm saying? I look better than all of them. But they looking at it, he coming to school with the new Jordans, he got this new fit, he got on the new Timbs, you know what I'm saying? So all of that stuff was an influence on me. And then the guys, and like I said, I go back to the neighborhood. Then I got uncles and even in my family, no disrespect to people in my family, but I'm gonna keep it real. And this is go back to our community. I got uncles that were working class people, right? And then I got uncles that sold drugs. I got like a mix. My family is like mixed. I got all type of people in my family. But who y'all think the people that got the most attention in the family was? The guys that was going to work every day, or the guys that was selling the drugs? You know what I'm saying? So even in a family, like, and my family never encouraged. I didn't have the type of family that encouraged you to be in the streets. But they were, even in their own ignorance, they propped up the cool, you know what I'm saying? The drug dealer, you know what I'm saying? The guys that had the money. That's just what it is. Because we see success, financial success, regardless of how somebody got it, because we come from so poor environments. Our environments and our upbringing is so poor. Anytime we see some semblance of success, we praise it. We praise it automatically. Don't matter how they did it. We praise it, right? Because it's success. And we grow up so poor, we like, you know what I'm saying? We praise it. But at the same time, we ignorant to what we doing to younger people, because now we're showing younger people like that's okay. Well, really it ain't okay. You see, it ain't okay because of where it's gonna get you in life. You know what I'm saying? And then what's crazy, we know the consequences of it, but we so economically deprived that we just gonna praise it anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, for the females, I feel like it's the same, but it's different, cause it's like, we only be attracted to the ones who's cooler, which is like the jugglers and the bad boys, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, so it's kind of like, we kind of pull ourselves into it by who we socialize with, cause they usually start off fundamentals. Like, it started off from, like, for me, it started off from my boyfriend I was talking to, that's like my brothers and them. So then it started off, that's how it started off with me, like, being outside.
Yeah, that's true, and I'm gonna touch on that when I get back to my spiel too. That's true, and that get dangerous too, because usually those type of guys, and I seen this in my life too, in my progression. This go back to how you mature as you go through life. See, when we young, we want to be like that so we can get the girl, right? Because you just said that's what the girl's attracted to. Usually, them type of guys though ain't the type of men that you really want to have kids with.
That's right.
They ain't really self-sufficient, not long term. When you young, you might get a little money in the streets, and you know what I'm saying. But when you start catching cases and you going back and forth to jail and people shooting at you and all type, and you done had a baby by somebody like that, that type of stuff get to be kind of like stressful and like I was speaking before, traumatic, right? So that's another thing that we kind of blinded to, and I would have to say young ladies are blinded to in our community, because as you get older in life, everything that's cool to us when we young, the older you get, it's starting to become uncool, because now the criminal justice system starting to get involved. Now bills got to be paid every month, and the street money street money go up and down. It get dry. You know what I'm saying? Even when you getting it, even when you get money in the streets, you getting big money, right? You got to worry about the jack boys. The older you get, the more that become prevalent. Now you got these people trying to rob you. Everybody want to come get you. So now that get more traumatic and more traumatic. And then by the time you get older, how you said you was?
20.
By the time you 25, you 30, you tired of that now. Because now you got kids, now the bills got to get paid. Now you probably thinking about what's going to influence your kids in life, because you don't want your kids to end up in jail and dead type of stuff. So now them type of guys start to become like a headache now. But that go back to when we young, we don't have enough role models and positive people to show us and teach us these things that's really not cool. That's why I was saying that's really insane. We grew up insane. Cause that's insane. Like the fact that we think it's cool to be involved in criminal activity and that we're gonna be successful in life is absolutely insane.
It depends on how you look at it, like how you think about it. Like, I mean, yes, sometimes like it be the timing, cause you gotta think like of that person that's working that job. They going to work every day. This make what they making, and then like, let's say somebody that's trapping, they hit one play and they just made what you was working for, like you put your time in for. So it just be like the fact of like the timing on how fast you can get it from.
I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna get into that. But what I would say to that is, fast money. You heard the saying, fast money ain't always good money. But I'm gonna get deeper into that, because that's what I'm really here for. I'm gonna get deeper into that. Who has
all money ain't good money.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get deeper into that. But I'm gonna really break that down. I got a whole conversation just about that. But I'm gonna break that down.
Alright, but I got another,
Go ahead.
from my perspective, like, where I grew up at, the people who did what they did, they don't do it no more. Now they got like basketball teams, football teams, or CDL, like classes, stuff like that. Like, they giving back to the community. Like, they trying to get us jobs and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, get us money, like car washes, restaurants. Like, it's just different. It depends on where you grew up at or how they mindset is, like what they want to do with their money, like.
And them the type of people I'm speaking of. We don't have enough of those people.
Right.
That's why I'm here now. I'm in a position like that now. How them people is, and that's what I'm saying. We don't have enough of them people. Where you grew up at though? Let me see.
West 7.
West 7. Okay. Yeah, I'm not really familiar with the West Side like that. Yeah.
Oh, like Tremont area. Is that West 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm still yard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I ain't really familiar with the West Side. So that was my beginning stage. I'm gonna get into self-employment and then touch on some of that stuff that you were saying and show how I'm gonna talk about how to be successful in life economically. I'm gonna really focus on economics, how you can be successful in life, and it'll be way easier and less traumatic than doing it in a criminal way. I'm gonna talk about that from the things that I had learned from a self-employment perspective, and I'm particularly gonna speak about credit. Cause I'm like, I would consider myself what would be called a credit investor. So I'm gonna particularly talk about
Money
that.
don't mean nothing without credit.
Huh?
The money don't mean nothing without
It
credit.
ain't nothing. We live in a credit-based society. We live in a credit-based economy.
Right.
And that's something I didn't know growing up. And I'm proud to be able to sit in front of people and talk about this and show them too. And I got a testimony that I'm gonna put on the phone for y'all too after I get into what I'm talking about, so y'all can like believe it. Because it's easy to say something, but I'm gonna show y'all some stuff to help y'all believe it. But do y'all have any more questions before I go into that? No more questions. All right. So that's the main. I wanted to just get that out the way, kind of like tell y'all where I'm coming from and why I'm in front of y'all, and y'all can see that I'm sincere. And I also wanted to speak, let y'all speak a little bit, go back and forth. Now I'm gonna get into the one of the avenues. I'm just gonna say one of the avenues in life to become financially and economically successful, like he was talking about, right? And the brother said, me personally, I'm an entrepreneur, and what'd you say? I'm an entrepreneur, and I would say I'm a business owner, but I like to, if I put a title on me, I would say credit investor, right? Now, how many people here know about credit? Let me ask you that first. You said you? Did you raise your hand? All right, what you know? I'm gonna ask each one of y'all what y'all know about. What you know about it?
They can go first.
No.
I know the bad stuff about it, like.
Well, tell me.
I'm vouching for the illegal part. You vouching for the good part.
You tell me whatever you know about it. I want to, whatever y'all want to say, I want y'all to say. All right, you go first.
Credit is okay. So credit, from what I know, or how you get credit, or how you grow your credit score, in terms of the credit lends you, or these credit cards lend you money through them, and pretty much you're just paying them back for the credit payment is due. But like in terms like doing like actual definition of what credit is.
Whatever y'all say, that's what I want to hear. You want to?
It's credit when you own property, own thing that has to be paid for. When you own the car, that you lease, you got to pay on the monthly. You have to complete the payment on that and insurance. You know what I mean? And over time, you continue doing that, it builds your credit up.
For the lease car, you get it back. The lease car, you can't go over the mileage, you gotta get that back. But you build credit with the lease car though, but you talk about finance.
I'm gonna get into it. I just want to know what y'all think it is right now.
I know about TransUnion, FICO, stuff like that. Yeah, stuff like that. I just know.
Yeah, like he said, it's leasing. Leasing is more so if you're trying to get your credit together quicker. So like if you got a short-term goal, I want to get a house in a year or two. It's better to lease your vehicle. It's going to give you the points you need quicker than buying it out because of a short period of time. The lease is only 2 or 3 years. When you're buying a vehicle, it's 6. So they basically look at that. They also look at how you pay your bills. Because you can have a decent credit if you always late on your light bill, your gas bill, that they might say, I don't need the money now because you lay your bills anyway. So all that ties in.
And then trade lines too.
I mean, the bad thing I know about credit is like, one is I know mine is messed up because I did a lot of like bad stuff, But I just feel like once you get a felony, I'm speaking for what I think I know. I feel like once I get a felony, like, and I can't have them careers I wanted to have, I just be like, forget it. Oh well, like, it's like free money for real. When you think about it, when you know the legal stuff and you so smart and you could do like the right things with the credit, you know how to maneuver. Like, you know so much about it that like you can't make no mistakes. That's how I feel.
So let me ask you this: how many people in here ever thought about entrepreneurship or know anything about entrepreneurship?
They got businesses.
You got business?
Yeah.
What you got? What kind of business?
I got a landscaping company.
All right, that's what's up.
I do asphalt.
You do asphalt? All right. All right. So anybody else?
You don't get to see
So, when you started your business, did you have an overhead?
No, I did track everything though. Like I did track it for the most part and made sure that I had 2 separate accounts for business expenses and my regular personal.
And I want y'all to stick with me because I'm going somewhere. Everything I'm saying, I'm asking for a reason. I'm going somewhere, but I'm getting there slow. What about you?
Mine was passed down to me like it was my uncle's, but he like 65, so he gave it to me and my brother, and we just took over everything from there. It's just been great.
You got overhead for your business?
Like, what you mean by overhead? Like,
You don't know what overhead is?
like
You
what?
run a
Like,
business, you don't know overhead? Overhead is your expenses, your monthly expenses. Everything that it take, all right, let me ask, all right, you make money on your business, right?
yeah,
Okay. Do you got expenses?
yeah,
Okay. So your overhead and then you got profit, right? You know what profit is.
yeah.
So your profit would be how much money you make after you pay all your expenses.
Right.
So you got expense. I assume you got expenses.
Yeah, like I gotta buy the asphalt, I gotta buy
Right.
gas,
Right.
the diesel, stuff like that.
Right. I got you. So what about you? You got expenses?
Yeah, of course,
overhead?
definitely. Definitely. Just trimmer string, what's the other one? Bags, lawn bags, gas, oil, 2-cycle oil.
So both y'all got businesses, y'all got expenses. No, let me before I get to that. How many other anybody else in here ever thought about being entrepreneurs? Y'all thought about it? All right. So this is something, and everybody's life is different, but I'm here to speak about, employment goals. So like this, if you are, if you're not, or even if you haven't thought about it, you never know. Like I may say something that might spark something in somebody. So, so I want y'all to stay participating. Now, back to the two. I'm glad there's 2 people in here that actually run businesses because that's gonna help me get to my lesson. Now, you got both of y'all got business, both of y'all got overhead, right? So yours is passed down to you, and how did you start your business?
Did mine from scratch.
Did it from scratch. So you had to invest in it, right?
Yeah, it was.
So where did you come up with the money from?
My personal grantor, employment.
Employment. So you basically saved your money and then invested in it.
Yeah, bought parts or bought equipment at separate times. So I got my startup kit pretty much off of Facebook Marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like some of it's used equipment. I got a brand new mower on there though for the low, but pretty much I funded everything.
Right.
Got all my clients and everything.
That's cool. I respect that. Now, how many of y'all how many people here heard of Walmart? Walmart. All right. Now, both of y'all got business. You said you started your business by saving money. You started your business because somebody handed it down to you.
We still we got everything new through loans, and then I was working still. Like we had a job at like this giant Eagle factory. We was making like $1,200 a week, so we was saving and still doing asphalt. Like we do asphalt from like 8, we done at like 12 in a day. So we would like go to work after the asphalt just to get new stuff that we need.
So, but the business was passed down, and then you said y'all got some loans. You said something about loans, though, right?
Yeah, we got a loan.
Y'all got some loans.
Yeah.
Okay. When y'all got them loans, what did y'all do to get them loans?
We my uncle had good credit, so he had us as authorized users. So we just applied for the loans, and they just gave them to us.
They gave it to you.
Yeah.
Right. No, I'm going somewhere. I'm getting there slow. All right, now, y'all had to apply for some loans in order to get some of the materials for the business, right? Now, obviously, I assume, which is usually the case for most people, your uncles didn't have the money to buy those materials, right? You had to get the loans to get the money to buy the materials.
We had, like, the material we had, we didn't want to work with, because it's like, I want to say, like, nigga rig, like, it was
It's
old.
almost like
So
they
he like,
built the business. You know how somebody
yeah, so we got everything over.
I know. I'm going somewhere though. I'm getting.
I know you know.
But
some of his stuff was like, oh, he know how to work it. Only he know how to, because he had it so long, so we just bought all like new stuff.
I got you. But I'm saying like, he didn't have the money to buy all the new stuff, so he had to get a loan.
He had the money, but he didn't believe that we was gonna actually be serious with it. So he wanted us to come up with our own money, but once we showed him we got this, he met us halfway. Once we showed him like 5,000, he come in with the other 10 or 15 to help us get other stuff. Like he just wanted to see we was serious about.
No, I got you on that. But I'm saying the loan though, he when he gave you all the money, he applied for the loan and gave you all the money, or he took it out of his pocket and gave it to you?
He already had the money for years. He was doing it.
So where did the loan come in at?
Get the loan, and we wasn't doing nothing with the materials that he was getting, like the dump trucks and stuff like that.
I understand that, but I'm saying where did the loan come in at? Why did he get the loan?
My brother got the loan.
He got the loan. Oh, y'all got the loan.
We got the loan.
He had already. So
he already had.
All right, I got you. So y'all didn't have the money. Y'all
didn't have the money.
I got you. That's what I was trying to get to. Okay, so what I'm trying to get to is when you're doing entrepreneurship, and I'm getting back to credit, right? The majority of, and I had asked how many people know about Walmart, right? Now, Walmart is one of the most profitable companies and biggest companies in America, right? When Walmart buy their materials, and not materials, the goods and services that they provide, the goods that they sell, how y'all think they buy it?
They're buying it from other places, like.
No, but how y'all think they buy it? Suppliers, but how y'all think they buy it? Y'all think they go in
bulk
vendors.
Right.
Also partnerships.
Right, but y'all think that Walmart just pay? Y'all think they just buy all of that stuff and then put it in the store?
I feel like they buy, like, that's like if you go to the weed man, you buy a bundle of weed, they eat a bundle of weed.
Oh shit.
No, but that's cool. That's where he at. But that's cool. I'm cool with that. That's where you at. Cause we can use street terminology to teach too.
Right.
So that's cool. But so go ahead.
I would say, I would think that Walmart only pay half price because they credit. So like if Walmart, they wouldn't have no money if they was paying for everything that they got.
That's a smart lady right there. Very smart lady. Walmart, and that's taking me into, like I said, I'm going somewhere. So Walmart, multi-billion-dollar corporation. This is the importance of credit. Walmart, she said something. She said they wouldn't have any money if they had to put all the money up. Walmart, the operation is so big. When you're dealing with the cost of the goods that they got to buy, how big the stores is, and how many stores they got, plus the workforce, which goes into their overhead, which is they expenses, right? That's why I was asking you all that about overhead, your expenses, right? Walmart wouldn't make money, wouldn't be profitable if they just bought all of that stuff and paid their workforce. And then so at the end it takes time to sell, right? You gotta manage the business to the operation to where this stuff gotta be on the shelf and how it's selling and everything. Walmart has a credit line. The majority of the stuff, I think, I read up on this, it's like 70 to 80% of the things that Walmart sell, they got a credit line to sell it. It's called business credit, right? But I'm saying that to say the importance of credit. I'm going somewhere with this, but I'm tying that into entrepreneurship. So like Walmart has a credit line with the people where they get their supplies from. They utilize credit. This is a billion-dollar corporation. They utilize credit. The majority of corporations and businesses utilize credit, and I'm happy to talk about this with y'all too, because you got a landscaping business, you see, and you got a asphalt business. Now you already have experience having to utilize credit because you had to get a loan, or your brother. You say your brother? He had to get a loan, right? And if he didn't have, I don't know how much the loan was for, but if he didn't have a credit profile that was good enough for him to get a loan, they wouldn't have gave it to him. And he didn't have the money, he didn't have the money to get the loan, right? So like one thing about, being in art, and this ain't even just argument, this is just coming up in life. Like when we getting into entrepreneurship or ways to have money, like we don't have access to capital that it takes to be entrepreneurs and to be able to earn our own income, right? So that's why credit is so important. And this is something that I guarantee you credit could change your life. You know what I'm saying? If you know it and you know how to use it, I guarantee it can change your life from a lot of different perspectives. So like, we talking about the perspective of entrepreneurship. I'm gonna even get back to the street perspective on some street stuff. But we've got two examples. So like, you and your landscaping business, you started it from basically from saving your money from scratch and everything, right? Which I got mad respect for that. That take a lot of discipline to do. You know what I'm saying? Discipline and focus to do. But like, if I would have knew you before you started your business or whatever, I would have told you to keep that money, all that money that you made, that you saved. I would have said keep it in your pocket. Cause how much money did you invest in your business?
Just in terms of just equipment, I only spent like mowers range anywhere from like 75 to 50, and everything else, I say total expense, bro. I only spent like 350.
3,000?
No, 350.
300?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that.
Like startup, listen, startup for lawn care. Running a lawn care business can be like a saturated market. So startup costs, it's not gonna cost nothing. Like I said, the mowers, I got a brand new mower fresh out the box. I had it assembled for $75. It's already going for like 200 plus in the store. So outside of that, the weed whacker, I got off somebody's Facebook Marketplace, brand new. So boom, everything I just got off Facebook Marketplace. But the profit really came in when I started getting clients, and then I took some of that money, invested it back. But yeah, like for me to hold on to it for the money for a long time, hold on to that profit for lawn care, took me a minute, because I tied that in with my personal expense. I didn't want to do that, but I had to do it. It was money that I was making for that purpose anyways. But yeah, it take me nothing to start up now.
Yeah, I respect that. No, I'm glad you said that, because you said you tied in money like with personal expenses. So like, if you had merged credit into what you was doing from a business perspective, do you have a business account?
For the most part right now, it's all running through Zillow or Zelle,
Zelle.
But it's just like keeping all my recent transactions from like payments from clients and stuff like that.
But I assume you got an EIN number?
EIN?
You don't have the EIN? I mean, you need to talk. So, all right, well, so you got a business. You basically got sole proprietorship. That's what you got. Because anytime you're doing business under your social security number, which is what you're doing if you don't have an EIN, you got sole proprietorship. Now, let's just say, assume you had credit, right? You established credit. What you could have did, you could have got an EIN number, LLC, incorporated it, right? And then you could have started your business account under the EIN number, and then you could have used your social security number to co-sign. If you got good personal credit, you could actually use your social security number to co-sign for your business, right? And then you wouldn't even have your funds intertwined, because you would have a business account and you would have your personal account, right? So what you do is all your business expenses and all your business profits, all your business income will go through the personal account. I mean, not the personal account, will go through your business account, right? And at the same time, when you paying bills and everything, you building credit on that, right? So I don't know if you have marketing expenses. I don't know. Whatever. I know you got some type of expenses.
Ads? No. I run anything through Google Ads for free. Certain Google Ads, but yeah, if I want to post on like Facebook ads or Instagram ads, it costs.
Right. And I'm familiar with Google Ads, Facebook, Instagram, all of that. So basically, what I'm saying, like, if you had say you had a line of credit, right? Business line of credit, right? Let's say $5,000, because it seems like you're not spending a lot, you know what I'm saying, on your overhead. So I'm gonna say for your type of business, let's say $5,000. You basically could run all of your ads, all of your expenses, all that type of stuff would go through that line of credit, right? So I'm just gonna hypothetically say, if you were spending $1,000 a month for marketing and whatever your expenses is, right? Let's just say you had a line of credit for $5,000 and you were spending $1,000 a month. What you could do, if you had a business line of credit, you could spend that $1,000 a month from that business line of credit. This is how you could maximize your profits. Now, that business line of credit, if it's $5,000, your monthly bill might be $15 or something like that, right? Let's just say $15. So instead of you spending that $1,000 out of your pocket to market, you could run it through that business line of credit, where you would spend $1,000 on that business line of credit. It was just coming out the credit. And if you choose so, you could pay them $15 a month, and all the rest of the money that you was making, you could put in your pocket. Now, another thing you could do is, let's say you were spending $1,000 a month on marketing, and you was using that line of credit to pay for that, right? and let's just say your profit was $3,000 a month, right? Let's say that $1,000 was bringing you back $3,000 a month. You could take that instead of just stacking up the profit and just paying $15 a month on the line of credit, which will help you maximize your profit monthly. What you could do is something in the credit world we call leveraging credit, and this is where I really want to get into where entrepreneurship come in at. Leverage credit is really for leverage purposes and entrepreneurship. So what leveraging credit mean is, say you had that $5,000, you got a $5,000 line of credit, which is how I started my business, with a line of credit, and I'm gonna break that down too. And you making $3,000 a month, right? So you using that $1,000 line of credit a month, and you making $3,000 a month. So every month, let's say I pay them back that $1,000, right? And y'all might be saying, well, Mill, that don't make sense. You just told me I'd be able to maximize profits if I was only paying $15 a month, and they was paying $1,000. I could just pay the $1,000 out of my pocket, right? That's what y'all probably thinking, right? But when you using leverage, right? Let's say you pay them that $1,000 back, and you do that for 3 months. What do that do? That create leverage. So now I can go back to the bank and say, hey, for 3 months, I had this $5,000 line of credit, and every month I'm using $1,000, and every month I paid y'all back $1,000. So what you think? How you think that make you look to the bank?
Good.
Make you look credible. Make you look credible, right? So then what we do is, in the credit world, we use that as leverage. So we come to them and say, well, I want to extend my line. It's called extension of credit. I want to extend my credit line to $15,000. And more than likely the bank gonna say yeah. Why they gonna say yeah? Because you've been using. So, and you gotta understand banks lend money to make money. And this is what I didn't know in life, and I'm gonna get back to the street. I'm gonna tie in the street aspect on this. It's so easy in life to get money, to borrow money in life. Now, when you borrow money, you gotta pay it back. Don't think that. Now you said it's free money. It ain't free money. It ain't free money. We're gonna get back to this. But it's so easy to get access to capital, right? It's something that I didn't know. See, when I came up, I thought you had to hustle and grind and sell drugs or get a job to make money. But ain't nothing wrong with having a job. Don't get me wrong. But like we going back to that young mentality what we was talking about earlier, right? We think that we see the people that got money, they get it. Most of our examples of having money come in the streets, right? But the money that you make in the street, that the majority of people make in the streets, ain't nothing compared to the type of money that you can get doing things legally, like I'm telling y'all about, right? So let me get back to this. It's so banks are in the business of lending money to make money. Like they make money by lending money, and this is something that I want y'all to think about in life. Always remember this, especially y'all two being in business. Banks make money by lending money. This is the way they make money. So they always looking for people to get money to, right? They looking for people to get money. Matter of fact, when you got good credit, you don't even have to go to a bank for money. You open up your mailbox and they sending you stuff in the mailbox all the time, telling you we got money for you, right? Now we come up in the hood mentality. We going out here taking penitentiary chances, trying to get money. We robbing people. We selling drugs, committing crimes to get money. When it's people out here that's begging people to come get money. I didn't know this growing up. Go ahead.
But what if the catch be you gotta give it back? Like the thing about a loan is
no, I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna get into that too. But I'm getting there. But I'm getting there in stages, right? I'm bringing you on the stages. It's people out here. It's thousands of banks, thousands and thousands of banks. Not even, and then you get into private. You got private lenders. You know what I'm saying? It's like I ain't gonna get into that today. But the gist of what I'm saying is what we was talking about earlier, right? How to become financially successful in life, right? And most of the people in our communities, right? Our examples is doing things illegal. That's what we talking about. That's what we said there, right? I'm telling you, the things that we do for the type of money that we doing it for ain't even nothing compared to the people out here that's begging you to get their money, that's just giving the money away. If you just got the right type of credit profile, and it ain't even hard to get it. They make money by giving you money, right? So let me get back. So that's the importance that's taking me into the importance of credit, especially for you two brothers that's in the business world, right? So that's gonna get me back to leverage. So if you taught and properly know how to use this, like, and you do it the right way, and like I was saying earlier, you can create leverage in life to where you always gonna get access to money. It's gonna be insane for you to go out here and do something criminal to get money, because these people are trying to give you thousands upon thousands and thousands of dollars. And if you know how to leverage it and know what to do, you could go to them and get it all the time. And that ain't just one time you can't get it. Like, credit ain't to where you could just you go get a loan, like I said earlier, right? I would go back and get that line of credit, $15,000, right? They gonna give you, even if they don't give you $15,000, they gonna give you like 10 if you started with 5 and you did the right thing, right? You can do that multiple times with multiple banks. like you with your business, right? Say you had the whole scenario that I told you earlier. Say you went back and you did that leverage thing, right? 3 months you paid them back their money, right? Now you go to them, you had 5,000, you asked them for 15, they give you 15. Now you can go to another bank, because they're gonna look at the same credit profile that them people was looking at. And they're gonna see for 3 months you paid these people $1,000 back every month, right? For 3 months, and they just gave you 15,000. And now this other bank, you go to them and say, I got this business, I got this LLC, I'm doing business, I'm making this, I got this income coming in every month. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna look on your credit report and see people gave you 15,000, you got 3 or 4 other accounts that you paying on, that's paying every month. Can I get 15,000? Can I get a line of credit 15,000? Just fill out the application. They're gonna give you 15,000 too. If they don't give you 15,000, maybe they give you 10, maybe they give you 20. Sometimes they give you more than what you're looking for. And guess what? You can go to somebody else and do the same thing. It ain't no limit to how many people you can go do it to. Now, they got something called inquiries in the credit world, so you can't when you get to like 3 or 4 inquiries in a month. When you get to about 3 or 4 inquiries in a month, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of different technicalities to it, but so I don't want to just say you could just go get 10 loans, you know what I'm saying? Because we got something called inquiries. So when you get so many different inquiries, you know what I'm saying? They kind of stop you at that. But you know, then a few months later, you can come back and do it again. But the point of what I'm trying to tell y'all is people out here, banks, that give away money, that make money off of giving away money. And this is what I learned in life that I didn't know when I was young. And I guarantee you, if somebody had told me this when I was 13 or 14 years old, that when I get 18 years old, all I gotta do is, learn how to, for a few months, and I had mad credit cards when I was young, and I was buying clothes and all that type of stuff. But if I had somebody to teach me this when I was young, I wouldn't have thought about selling no drugs. I wouldn't have thought about, you know what I'm saying? That I gotta go spend 3-4 months on a corner to make $10,000-$15,000 selling some drugs, worried about the police every day, worried about the jack boy trying to rob me, when I could just spend 3 or 4 months getting my credit together, and then I could go to a couple of banks and get $15,000-$20,000. Go ahead, brother.
So, talking about loans and credit cards and all this, every time I apply for a credit card or even a loan, that boy get denied.
You gotta start with a secure credit card first.
No. Sometimes, yeah, but I'm getting to that too, because that's the whole part. That's what I do. That's what I actually do. I get paid for helping people build their credit and all that type of stuff. So that's when you get into credit building, but I ain't there yet. You know what I'm saying? I ain't there yet. We ain't there yet. Go ahead.
Okay, like you were saying, like when they look at like to see like how much you and say how long do it take? 'Cause if I just took a loan from you, how fast is it gonna show on the next screen?
I ain't got there yet. I'm getting there. You know, but I'm trying to paint. I'm going in stages. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to give people information in stages. So the stage that I wanted to get you all at was to see, because I'm coming from that street perspective, and I'm trying to get y'all to see like another perspective of life. That's legal. It's an avenue to become successful, because we was talking about having economic success in life. And most people, success in life, it ain't just economics. But it starts with economics. You know what I'm saying? Everything, because everything costs. We got bills, we got to buy food. You know what I'm saying? If you got kids, you got to feed them. So everything starts with economics. And we here talking about employment. So I'm bringing y'all in stages. So I wanted to get y'all to see that. Now I wanted to go back to the street, which I kind of did just touch on it a little bit. I actually did just touch on it a little bit when I was saying you know, coming from that street perspective, you know, how we see an avenue to being successful in life. But I'm showing y'all how you can, you know, touch money in the world of credit. And now I'm about to get into how to use the credit and how to get it, because you just don't get it and just, it ain't free. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to paint a picture.
No count.
All right. I just wanted to paint a picture to where y'all can see in life how sane it is to do something that could be done, and you could be successful, financially successful, and get access to way more money by doing something legally and legitimate than doing this criminal stuff. That's really what I wanted to get y'all to see. Like, I just wanted to paint that picture. Now, one thing I'm gonna do is, because I don't like to just say stuff, because anybody can come up here and say what I just said. So I'm gonna how much more time you got left?
You got to do
2:30, right? I'm gonna do something before I get into like how to build credit and all that type of stuff. I'm gonna show y'all something, because I like to show people, like, to make people believe stuff. Like, you gotta show people, right? So, that's my spasm. There's two brothers y'all two had businesses, right? And I'm gonna show you all, like, I told y'all I'm into credit, like investing, right? So I actually brought, these is credit cards that I brought y'all, right? These are actually old credit cards, right? And I'm gonna pass these around and let y'all see them, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 credit cards. These are my cards, right? Hold on. Now, I was talking to y'all earlier about business credit. Because a lot of people don't even know about business credit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of these are business credit cards. Now, you two brothers got businesses, right? You do landscaping, you do asphalt. Like, so y'all delivering, right?
No, we doing the concrete, like asphalt.
Yeah, but you deliver the asphalt, right? Or you deliver, or you actually put it down?
We putting it down.
You put it down, okay. Now y'all use vehicles to do that, right? Yeah. Y'all ever heard of gas cards, business gas cards? Heard of business gas cards?
Yeah.
These business gas cards right here. This is something y'all can actually utilize in your business that'll help y'all save money on gas, and it help maximize profits. Because when you got business gas cards, what you do is you go to the gas station and use these cards. They just strictly for gas, right? And no, they're not just strictly for gas. They're also for maintenance. So I'm pretty sure y'all have vehicle maintenance that y'all have. Like, so let's just say you needed to your truck or whatever that you do, you use for landscaping or whatever. Let's say something went wrong with the truck, right? And you needed $2,000 to fix it. And maybe you don't got $2,000 right now. You can actually use these cards to fix your truck. So I just want to show you all examples of what I'm talking about. I like to show people examples, especially young people, because a lot of times we hear things and we hear it, it's cool, but like it ain't nothing like showing somebody. So like, and I'm glad y'all got businesses, because this is something I would encourage y'all to get into. Building business credit profiles and using these gas cards. They come in very, very handy. So you could fill up, get gas, whatever. Of course, save a little money on your pocket in a way, and they also create leverage as well, because they help build business credit. Every time you're dealing with credit, you always want to get in the mind of creating leverage. You always want to be in the mind of creating leverage.
I got the shells one.
You got some already.
I got shell, yeah.
Yeah,
Shell BP.
Yeah, you know about them then. Yeah, so you here today. When you dealing with credit, matter of fact, here you could pass these around.
Shell one.
Y'all can take a look at them. My real name on there, my business name's on there, all of that. Yeah, PayPal's and PayPal, they give loans, they give business loans. They got credit cards and loans. PayPal's a fintech company. They do credit, but what I was getting back to, as far as the credit aspect, you always want to be in the mind of creating leverage. Anytime you're dealing with credit, you want to be in the mind of creating leverage, because it's always about leverage, because leverage is going to allow you to borrow more money. And once we borrow the money, we want to invest it to bring back money. Now that's going to get me into what you was talking about earlier, saying they gotta be paid back. Like when you're dealing with credit, of course you gotta be paid back. So like, what I encourage people to do when you're dealing with credit, if from an entrepreneur aspect, is investing. You know what I'm saying? Invest the money. So the whole gist of leveraging credit and using the credit is to be able to get the money to earn money. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not telling you to get credit, it ain't free, like you were saying earlier, but I understand that's where you at. I'm glad you said that, because I want to teach you, you know what I'm saying, teach you how to use it the right way. So the aspect of having credit, and it's a lot of different aspects of it, like buying houses, cars, all that type of stuff. Me personally, in the last 7 years, I bought 4 cars, brand new, 4 cars. The last time I bought a car, I bought it in the name of my business, and I didn't put $1 down. I didn't put $1 down to buy that car.
But you got in one of those cars?
No, they financed the car with credit. They financed the car. I walked into the car lot. I gave them my EIN number. I gave them my social security number, and an hour and a half later, I drove up the car lot.
How long you had to wait for it though?
What you mean by that?
Like how long did it take for you to get to that point? To where you could just walk in there?
Oh yeah, it took a while. You know, just you gotta build credit up. You know what I'm saying? You gotta build it up. But I mean, that wasn't the first time I bought a car, but that was the first time I bought a car and I didn't have to put any money down. But again, I had created leverage. How did I create the leverage? Because I had 3 cars previously that I had bought. Well, first of all, I'll tell you this, information is key, is very important, because I didn't have the information when I first started buying cars that I had the last time I bought the car. So like, you always learn in life. Like, I'm still learning. Like, I'm just here teaching y'all some of the things that I know, but I'm still learning, you know, in everything that I do. So I had more information the last time. That's one thing. But I also had created leverage, because when I walked, they seen that I had 3 vehicles before. They seen I didn't ever miss any payments. You know what I'm saying? They seen what my income was. They seen I had great history on paying for cars. So they said, you don't have to give us any money down. You could drive away with this brand new car.
They didn't want nothing back either?
What you mean by that?
And did you have to pay for it later? Was that a loan?
Yeah, of course. You gotta pay. Of course, you gotta. Of course, I got a car note. Yeah, I got a car note. Yeah, of course, you gotta do that.
I have a question. So could you explain that there's a difference in between personal credit score and business credit score?
Yeah, I just haven't gotten there yet. Yeah, I'm trying to go on stage, because you can't give people too much at one time. You know what I'm saying? So I really was just trying to get them in the mindset of understanding credit, because earlier we was talking about like streets and stuff like that, coming from certain type of communities and the type of mindset that we have. So what I'm really trying to do is put them in the mindset of how you can earn income, and particularly like from more so from an entrepreneur perspective, but how it's so, I don't want to say easy, but it's kind of easy, and you can do it without participating in criminal activity. And I'm giving them the gist of it, you know what I'm saying? But I'm with the little time I got left, I'm gonna go into a little particulars on what you're saying. Yeah. So yeah, like I'm trying to get there. But so back to what we saying. What were you saying?
You kind of caught me off guard. I think I forgot.
You asked me that I had to pay for a month.
Oh yeah, like how long did they give you to pay it back?
Well, that's how long did it take me to get there, or how long I had to pay back?
How long did you have to, like, cause they loaned you, so what was your extension of time like?
Well, loans depend. It all depends. You can pick. Sometimes you can pick. Like they say 72 months. Sometimes it's 36 months. You know, so to be honest, I don't even remember.
It depends on how much your car note was, right?
It depends on all of that. Like and sometimes putting money down is actually it makes your car note lower. So it's like different. It's like we just at what I'm saying, stage 1, because I'm just trying to get y'all. But that's a good question though. Even when you start, like, it's a lot of different particulars and details in everything that you do. But I don't even actually remember how long. I think it was 72 months long or something like that, but 100-something months. But that's how that worked. Yeah, you basically could pick. Most of the time they ask you how long you want to pay it off. But depending on how long it is, it's going to depend on you. That kind of like go with how much you want to pay monthly too. Because like usually the shorter your loan, your payoff is, the more you're gonna pay. Because the shorter period, you gotta pay more to pay it off. The longer it is, it's usually the lower your payments will be, because it gives you more time. So like that's really, that's kind of like a personal, depending on your money, how, it's really like a personal preference on how you want to do that. But yeah, that's the answer to that question. But back to what I was saying. So I showed you all the cars and everything. So this is real. Like this is real. You know what I'm saying? Like if I knew this when I was y'all age or even younger, I never in life would have thought about selling drugs. You know what I'm saying? So that take me back to what I was saying. Like we don't have people teaching us this in our communities. We don't have it. You know what I'm saying? Like we need more. I ain't gonna say nobody, but we need more people that's showing this, that's teaching it and showing it. Like I showed y'all this. It was important for me to show y'all this because I want y'all to see like this is real. Like I'm encouraging y'all. Like if you going down a perspective in life, you know what I'm saying? If you even think about being criminal, like I'm telling you, just put it out your mind. You could call me and I'll show you how to do this. I'd rather you do this than be in the streets doing something that's gonna take you down the wrong path. That's, I know where that's gonna get you. It got me put in a wheelchair. I got cousins in jail. I got cousins doing 15 to life. I got another cousin doing 17 years. I got friends that ain't here no more in the same type of situations. I'm 99% sure that's what that's gonna get you. But you got people out here, you got banks that's just, they make money by lending money. Think about that. They looking for people to give money to. Thousands and thousands of dollars. Now, if you was 15, 16, 17 years old and you looking at somebody on the corner selling some drugs, he might got a little bit of money. You know what I'm saying? But he risking his freedom every single day. And then you got somebody telling you, yo, man, there's thousands of people out here that'll give you thousands of dollars. They looking for people to give money to. Like, cause a lot of times in our community, even in me dealing with credit, like, and I help people with credit all the time, and I got a testimony for you. I'm about to call my dude. He told me I could call him and he'll speak to you all, right? I helped him buy a house. I think he paid $175,000 for it a few months ago, right? But even to this day, like grown people, when I help them with their credit, like a lot of people don't believe it. They think it's illegal. They think they could get in trouble. They think
you helped me get 5 with the lines of credit. He helped me.
Yeah. But you had grown people that be like, hold on. You had I got you in 1 second. You had grown people that don't, like, we so uneducated to this, right? We don't believe that it's people out here. We don't believe.
No, they want you to make money.
All right. We don't believe that it's people out here. All right, he said I got. All right, I got one. I got like 20 minutes. Yeah. We don't believe that it's people out here that's actually that just give us money. You know what I'm saying? But what was your question?
I was gonna say, like, so you know how to like help clear, like, and fix the credit. You said that you helped her with hers. So
Yeah.
you help like clear and like.
Yeah, and I'm about to so I do all of that. So I'm gonna get into that aspect of it real quick. I'm gonna get into